Independent contractors or employees? That is the question for house cleaners. Alrighty, we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm Angela Brown and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question and I get to help you find an answer. Now today's show is brought to us by decals.com. They're the guys that make the mattress encasements for your beds to protect you from allergens and dust bunnies and dust mites and bed bugs and all kinds of things like that that get buried in our mattresses. And then when we sweat, the sweat sinks into the mattress as well. And so this has a moisture barrier and it protects you from that. So medicalcare.com, mattress encasements and pillow encasements to keep you allergy free. Alrighty, on to today's show, which is about independent contractors versus employees. Now I got a question that came in from a house cleaning business owner who wants to know, should she hire employees or should she hire independent contractors? And that's an excellent question. And every house cleaner or house cleaning business owner at some point will probably ask that question. What it comes down to is, how is your business structured? So are you a solo operator and you're only ever going to be a solo operator and maybe hire one other person? Because if you're only going to hire one other person, you can outsource some of your chores to an independent contractor. But if you have long-term visions of growing an empire and you're going to have matching cars and you're going to have teams of people that have matching uniforms, then you're talking about an employee. So if you're dictating the clothing that the person is wearing, that's an employee. Now, an independent contractor can follow a dress code, but they do not wear your uniforms and you cannot tell them what to wear. All right. Now, if you're dictating their schedule and you have them scheduled at a specific series of hours during specific days of the week, that is an employee. Now, an independent contractor, you can give them a job and you can say this is the range of the job. They get to kind of schedule themselves and they get to kind of pick their own hours. So if you want to dictate that, that is an employee. Now, there's a big difference as far as cleaning supplies go, because if you want to provide the cleaning supplies and you've promised your customers a specific set of cleaning supplies, that's an employee. All right, now the independent contractor provides all their own cleaning supplies. And so you can say, our company, if you work for our company, we provide green, non-toxic solutions or whatever, and they have to fall within that range, but you cannot specify the products that they use. All right, so if you provide vehicle expenses or a vehicle, or you provide for vehicle insurance, that's an employee. The independent contractor provides their own transportation, and you cannot tell them that their car has to be clean. They can just show up in whatever their car looks like. So if you want to manage the image of your business, talking about clean cars, what the cars look like, if the cars have magnets or decals on them, that's an employee. All right, another issue is, do you provide insurance for the worker? If you provide insurance for the worker, that's an employee. Independent contractors provide their own insurance. Now, if you have an employee, you got to provide workman's comp for them as well. You do not provide that for an independent contractor. For an independent contractor, you do not pay Fica tax. So all the Social Security and the benefits and everything that you take out, that's an employee. But for an independent contractor, you simply give them a 1099 miscellaneous form at the end of the year that basically says this is how much money you made during the course of the year. So you do have to report that to the IRS and you have to report it to your independent contractor, but you're not taking out any of the benefits. So the independent contractor doesn't get any benefits from you from Social Security. All right. So if you're a house cleaner, do you want to sign on as an employee or do you want to sign on as an independent contractor? That's really going to depend on how you have your future set up. So if you need the flexibility and you want to kind of fly by the seat of your pants and you want to be a freelancer and you want to have multiple accounts, then you would sign up as an independent contractor. But if you're looking for structure and you want to wear a uniform to work and you want them to provide your company car and your car insurance and your gas for your car, and you want them to provide your health benefits or your FICA and your Social Security and all that stuff and your cleaning supplies, then you would sign up as an employee. So there are very, very different business structures, and depending on what your goals are will depend on whether you hire an employee or an independent contractor. Now, with an independent contractor, they have other clients. And so if you hire them to help you, you raise the risk of them taking your clients and customers from you and going out on their own because they're already out on their own. They have other customers, they have other cleaning accounts. So if you have them come in and help you, even for a day, you run the risk of losing your accounts. And they don't sign a non-compete. They're independent contractors. There's an agreement that they already have other accounts and clients, and that the market is wide open and they're free to kind of choose and come and go as they please. And so it's a risk, but you have to decide what works best for your business. So there are times in my business I've had employees and I've had independent contractors. There are people that when they come in for a job interview and you listen to the words that they say, you sit there and you can hear them between the lines, okay? You learn to read the body language and the things that they say. You're like, hey, this person is going to be here for 2 or 3 months and then they're out on their own. They're going to start their own business. And if that's the case, and that's an entrepreneurial person that you're hiring, hire them as an independent contractor. You are not allowed to train an independent contractor, but they can watch your operation. They can see how you work. They can see how your other employees work. And they can try to fit in with that of their own volition. And then as they spin out on their own, you can send referrals and overflow and all those things their way. Some of the dearest friends I had in my business worked for me for a couple of months, but I knew they were never going to stay with me. They were never going to stay. And so instead of creating this animosity and are you going to steal my clients? It's like, hey, I know you're going to steal my clients. Let's work this out right now. Let's fit in a structure arrangement where you can work for these people and you can build rapport with them, and I can help you get up and out running on your own so you can run your own business. And so then they became consulting clients and we ended up working together. And in the event that we got understaffed for whatever reason, somebody called in sick, somebody went on vacation, we were overshorted on people, then I would call one of the independent contractors and that used to work for me. And I'd say, hey, I got a house here, can you cover for me? And there was a risk that they were going to steal that customer. But out of respect, oftentimes they would say, hey, I know this is your customer, I'm not going to take them, I'll just help you out for the day. But it's dependent on how you set that up in the beginning. So if you have working relationships with independent contractors, it can help the smoothness of your business flow in between the ups and downs of having employees. So do you have one or the other? It's up to you. I had both. It really depends on how your business is set up and what you're trying to achieve. Alrighty, that's my 2 cents for today, and until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.